Prepping for it. Swap the engine. Huh?
It's a chassis.
What did I say?
It's a chassis. Talked to Ross and we're 2 weeks out from chassis.
Oh. Cut. Go back. All right.
You should just interview him.
So, welcome to your bi-weekly videos of the shop updates here at Trey 5 Customs. And we have a treat for you today. Today, we're not going to do normal video where I just walk around and tell you what's going on. Today, we're going to interview the guys and they're going to tell you what's going on. So, we have one guy right here. I'll just hold the mic like this. It'll look like I'm pointing at him. If I did it with my middle
Hi guys.
way better. All right, so this is, well, I'm Jeremy. I never really say that, but I'm Jeremy. This is Pio.
I'm Pio.
Intro. This is Pio, not Paulo, and not whatever else you want to call him. It's just
Thank you.
Pio, but you can call him Hector as well. That's his real name.
Sure.
Hector/Pio, which his grandmother gave him that nickname. We don't know what it means. He doesn't even know what it means. It's kind of like Trey 5.
One of those mysteries. Yeah.
Nobody knows what Trey 5 means.
Nobody knows what Pio means.
This microphone's going to be deadly, isn't it? Right before we started this, Brian said, hey, you got to do this quick because I have to edit it quick to get it out. So we're making it really easy on him. All right, so let's talk to Pio and see what he's doing today.
I'm drawing a battery mount for the Chevy 6400 that we're trying to wrap up so we can remove the bed. So that's what I'm working on.
Which is getting picked up Monday.
Which,
I know.
all right, I got to get back to work, guys.
All right, well, we'll do a little bit of both, all right? So Pio's on the computer. This is his desk. We moved him up here a little while ago because he's taking over more of my responsibilities because I'm getting lazier as I get older. But so we've got him all tuned up with AutoCAD. I still do a lot of the AutoCAD and that type of thing, but Pio's kind of moved up and he's running the machines. So he cuts everything on the CNC nowadays, and he kind of runs the shop on a daily basis. Here's our daily basis. Shane's dually is out for paint. Preston's getting work done. Aaron's is the chassis everybody loved. It's over at Frank still. Larry's is going to look cool. So and when you come back in 2 weeks, we'll have a chassis for Larry's, and his color is my new favorite. I'll show it to you before we walk out. Victor's, we'll show you that one out there. Manny's just got a big dent in the schedule. We'll talk about that. Allen's, we just got the wood bed, but they didn't stain the bottom for us, so they're restaining the bottom. Steven's is what he was just talking about. Yeah, Chris is El Camino. Scott's caddy, he wants to do an aluminum gas tank because the stock tank kind of drains fast. I don't mean drains fast, but sloshes, so then he loses fuel. This is a dually. He said we're doing it. He hasn't paid yet. So David, if you're watching, pay up, sucker. Carlos is the same guy. 4-wheel drive K5 Blazer from Rev B, 2-wheel drive 50 from Rev B. Tim's had a scheduling delay. It's here, but we'll talk about that. Juan's is coming. Juan's is coming Monday, 2 days ago. Scott. As soon as we finish Preston's square body with the RS chassis, we'll do another one on the Rev B chassis. Jason's K5, we're kind of just cruising through. So there's your update. Let's go out and really see what's going on. Okay, we're gonna go talk to Chris because he's burning shit. What'd you burn, Chris? You can smell it. It smells like rubber. Laramie's laughing. What is it? What is it? You're laughing. All right, let's ask Chris. This is Chris. Well, we're doing this today.
What are we doing?
We're doing this where I point at you. And nobody can see that it's a microphone. So we want to know what you're doing.
What am I doing? Welding the running boards. Finishing up the running boards.
What have you been doing?
Gapping.
Tell us about the 6400. What's going on? Like, give us the rundown.
The rundown? Well, we're trying to get the bed ready to go to powder coat.
Okay.
And so I've been gapping all the doors and all the fitment places. And
why are you having to work on the gaps? I thought they were done.
Yeah, they sucked. They were inconsistent.
Oh, okay.
So.
Good job, Steven.
Yeah, and the doors were warped, and so I had to straighten the doors out, which the hinges are welded inside of the pocket, so there's no adjustment. So I had to straighten them in place and then re-weld all the gaps and grind them. And
So what's the plan for this?
straighten this. So get it sandblasted, powder coated, and then Frank can do body work over the top of the powder coat.
Okay. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
He's also working on running boards. You can see we made some pretty elaborate mounts.
Finishing them up.
So Steven, when he give you a short rundown. We built the chassis, got the cab on, put the engine transmission in, did the driveline, all the suspension, everything. Steven wanted to build the bed himself. So he took the truck back. It disappeared from here for a while. Everybody's asked about this truck, so we'll give you a short rundown. Disappeared for a while. He started bugging me saying, hey, we're not gonna be able to do what I wanna do with it. We need to send it back to you so we can finish up the bed. So came back to us. First thing we did was get the fenders on, narrowed the axle, made all the suspension fit in there. We had to move the shock mounts once we narrowed the axle. Then now that it's time for the bed to start, we're really starting to think about paint on this thing. So Steven and his guys had made all the door openings, and they're pipeline guys. So it wasn't cut like if you were gonna do body work. So Chris has been spending some time finishing the gaps, fixing them, making them all consistent. So that way we can send this thing out, get it sandblasted, powder coated, top and bottom. So that way we never have to touch anything on the bottom again. It'll just be done. But Frank can scuff up the powder coat and do his body work over the top of that. So we know we're at bare metal. We know we're not gonna have any rust creeping through. He also bent up these. So you can see like the condition of these, like we don't wanna start doing Bondo on surface that looks like that. So we're gonna make it nice again. But Chris has radiused all these, made mounting holes. There's bracing underneath where you can see the burn-in weld. Then there's braces that bolt to the frame that he's showing you there. So those float. So they bolt to the frame and they bolt to these. So that way we've got adjustment in every different way. So we can make everything line up perfect when it's all painted. So that bed's coming off today.
Hopefully. As soon as Pio's done with the battery mount,
Yeah.
we can pull it.
So that'll be a big step because that bed's been on there for a long time. And this truck really, didn't I just send out something saying when we did the frame, wasn't it like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, that's all I know. It was long before I started.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 years ago that we started that frame. Just came up on my memories or something. Alan Elliott's truck. So this one is just waiting on the bedwood, which the guys next door cut it for us. And then he said, hey, we can stain it way faster than you too. So they stained it. They stained top and bottom just the 4 middle ones because those are the ones we emphasized because when it lifts up, we want them stained underneath. They didn't do anything with the stain over here. So we wanted them to stain the underside because if the thing drives in the rain and gets wet, we don't want the wood to swell. So we're gonna stain and treat the underside of everything. That way it looks nice if it's up on the lift too. We'll wrap this one up here probably in the next couple weeks, maybe next month. We'll get a wrap-up video on this one out and tell you all about it. We've got Chris's El Camino here. This is the first for us. We talked a little bit about in the last video. We kind of made a list of everything we need, so we've got some parts here now. We had to finish up another truck before we get this one on the lift, so this came over yesterday. And Laramie's getting started on it. Radiator mounted, AC condenser mounted, dryer mounted, AC lines ran, power steering lines ran, transmission cooler and temp switch and all that fun stuff. So getting into this one, we got a bed full of parts for it, sorting out the wheel fitment, and hopefully get this thing running here soon. We got some really cool new wheels here. These are, well, this is Preston's square body C10. This is on a Roadster Shop chassis. It's a Fast Track IRS chassis. So we've been waiting on these wheels for a little bit. No big hurry because we had some rollers, but it's nice to finally see them on the truck. This is 4-wheel independent, 4-wheel coilover, and meant to be more of like a race truck. I can't do that because I have the microphone over here. But so we ran a little bit wider, and we ran the nice Michelin Pilots. So this 285/30 on the front, on a 10-inch, and then out back we have a 12-inch wide with a 345/30 on a 20x12. We had to go 20s front and rear to fit the big 16-inch spare brakes. And since Brandon's right here, This is Brandon. Tell us what you're doing.
Battery mount.
Let's be a little bit more excited about what you're doing.
I'm putting battery mounts in. Tray 5 battery mounts.
This is going to be difficult, isn't it?
Very difficult.
What else have you done to this truck? What have you been working on?
Let's see. AC lines, heater core lines, radiator.
Tell us about the AC and heater lines. I know we can't see them right now, but we have the magic of Good,
You can see.
and we can put the truck down, and you can tell us, and it'll do this thing called voiceover and B-rolls and stuff. So use your voice and tell us about the AC lines.
They are behind the fender, so the inside of the fender, you don't see them no more. I don't know.
How about the radiator?
It's tucked inside of the core support.
Why'd you have to do that?
Big block.
You heard it here first, folks. Let's move on. We didn't get Laramie when we were over here because he was doing stuff. So now we got Laramie. Hey. What are you doing?
Plumbing this bad boy. Building some power steering lines. Do the radiator. All that cool jazz.
How's that going for you?
It's going. Be going a lot better if I wasn't getting interviewed right now.
I wonder if this is... Oh, look out, you're going to fall, dude. I wonder if this is why I normally just walk around and tell you about the shop. Let's go. Let's go look. I mean, I tried. That went really well. So let's go back to plan A, how we normally do these things. And we'll tell you... Oh, should we actually do it like normal now? So you're not pointing at myself? Okay, welcome back to part 2 of the shop update video for the month of May. We gave it a good run over there. The guys are workers. They don't like to talk on camera. Pio does sometimes. Let's get into why Manny's truck is sitting here. So, this is Manny's Blazer. Manny is the same Manny that owns the blue and white 67 C10 that we had at SEMA and Barrett Jackson and Good Guys Del Mar. This is his Blazer that you can't see much of because it's underneath the plastic sheathing, but pulled this truck from another shop. Don't know who did all the work on it. Don't know how much that shop did versus how much somebody else did. Don't care. But we were mocking up all the parts that he had. These aren't his, but we had boxes and boxes of parts, so we're trying to get a game plan with the truck. Started putting things on and noticed that the cab wasn't sitting on the frame too right. Like they had notches cut in some of the body supports that shouldn't be cut, and they had no body mounts in some locations and body mounts in other locations. So we had the box of body mounts and we had the sheet that tells you where everything goes. So we started putting it together and we noticed that the back of the chassis from like just in front of the axle was sagged 3 degrees. So at the back, we're talking 3-4 inches of sag in the frame. So I called Manny and said, Manny said, screw it, I don't care. Get rid of that chassis, get rid of everything that's under the truck. Bodywork's in great shape. Let's keep that, toss everything else, and let's lay the truck out on a Rev B chassis. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're changing the wheels. We're going to 22s and 24s. We're gonna keep it 10-inch wide in the rear. That way you can keep a back seat. So this one will kind of be like how James's white K5 Blazer was, except for this one will be black. And it's a 77, so we'll have the gold trim, we'll have some nice new wheels, but now it's on hold for a little bit. So you won't see any updates on that anytime soon because we'll probably be waiting until after the first of the year, or hopefully right around the end of the year before we get a chassis. My dually, not much change since last time. We can go over to Frank's after we're done walking around here. I think maybe the bed's in the booth for paint. So we should have that soon. Otherwise, it's just put together. If you go back in the Tray 5 archives on YouTube, you'll see a wrap-up video on this truck. But for those of you that are new here, this is a Blazer we built a few years ago. It's on a Roadster Shop RS4 chassis, and it's got a big bag Don Hardy It's a 376 cubic inch, but it's got a big old 2.9 Whipple on it. Does about 850 horsepower. Feels like it does a wheelie when you stomp on the gas, if it hooks up. When it doesn't hook up, or when it does hook up, feels like you're doing a wheelie. When it doesn't, you're just leaving 2 big black marks on the street. But ABS power brake master cylinder that we like to use. Nice big bad Don Hardy, already said that. Just a cool truck to drive around, but he wanted to do something else. And this paint is how it came to us as well. But we've got a missing valve stem cover, Pio. We need to get that on. Huh? Well, yeah, but we can put one on. 3411s? 34 1250s on an 18-inch wheel. These are killer wheels. They are made by Innovate, so they're a one piece, but they're forged, they're not cast. And then BFG all-terrains just fit the look. The truck's not lifted too much. It's kind of in a nice, like I said, it's just a cool little cruiser. Daily driver, it's got capabilities, it's got Fox shocks on all 4 corners, you go off-road. It's got Fox bump stops. Like I said, it's roaster shop chassis. Interior's killer in it, it's all leather. The reason it's back here is he wanted to add a 5th wheel to the program. So the roaster shop RS4 chassis doesn't have any provisions for a hitch, doesn't have any provisions for anything to mount anything back here, and we're not going to use the bumper to mount anything. So what we did is we built a one-off bolt-in hitch for the roaster shop frame, and then we got this rigged or rigid, or I don't know how you say it, but it looks like rigged to me, flip out spare tire carrier that's meant to go into a 2-inch hitch. So there's a process here. I think you pull, nope, you do this first. So you undo this guy, all right? And then you come over here and you pull this pin, and then you swing this tire out. So it swings out enough that you can drop the tailgate. Got this little pin that goes in there. That's what holds it. Rewire the license plate light. You can see like we kept this up as high as we could, so we actually brought it into where the factory license plate goes, so that from the back of the truck you won't see it. And it's just kind of cool. Goes into there, put that through, you go over here, and you lock it in place. We didn't talk much about Tim's today because nothing's really changed since last video, but it is a Rev B chassis. We decided that we didn't want to run this cab that we originally got, so we got with Ross over at Premier, and I actually talked to him this morning. He said 2 more weeks and we'll have the brand new cab and doors, and then we bought bedsides from him too. So we'll make a drive out to Premier Street Rods in Lake Havasu in 2 weeks, pick up the cab. So maybe on the next video we'll be prepping for that, because we do have the engine and the transmission and some other parts here. We always have the wheels, but we took them off so they don't get damaged. So maybe the next video you'll see more of that, but for sure the video after that. Let's go check over at Frank's and see if my bed's painted. Walk over here, we'll see Victor's truck. We talked about that when I was up front. I told you that we pushed this over to Frank's. So we're gonna try something different. Normally we gap the trucks and we just rough them in and get them close because Frank wants to tear everything apart anyway. So we don't concentrate on like the backside. So what we're gonna do on Victor's is we've already done some, like we welded we got the latch in the hood, so we put it together, but we welded the inners to the outers. We've done some of the work, but Frank and his guys want to try their hand at gapping the whole truck. We'll see if that saves customers any money in the long run, because it'll go straight from gapping to taking apart, cleaning up the back and putting it in a DTM primer. Then we'll get the truck back and we'll do radiator and AC and all the under dash stuff. So we'll try it out on Victor's. So that's Victor's. We've got Aaron Reed's doors. So everything on the inside of Aaron's truck's getting painted, dash, doors, A-pillars, B-pillars, headliner. So doors are already painted. We got the car that we don't talk about because it doesn't have anything to do with Frank or I. It's one of Frank's employees' buddies. There's Dylan. Hey Dylan, you want to talk to the camera? Or are you too busy?
I actually have a good quote.
Okay, what's your quote, Dylan?
Why is Oscar the Grouch an inspirational character?
That's not a quote. That's a question.
Oh, well, here comes my quote. It's
Okay.
because it's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Right?
Is that what you tell Pio next door?
That's what I just told Frank.
Oh, did he laugh?
I kind of looked at me like I was stupid.
Probably the same way I'm looking at you right now.
No, much worse.
Much worse,
You're
okay.
on camera, so.
All right, so I'm being a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
Ryan will
hey,
edit
you
that
can do it.
Yeah, Ryan will edit that out.
No, we'll leave that in. It's for comic relief. Shows our dry sense of humor. Something, I don't know. Dylan, everybody. There's my dually bed. It's in the booth, just as promised. So, looks like they got some little touch-ups to do. Usually the piece of tape tells you that he doesn't like something right there, and they're gonna fill it in. So maybe we'll get color on that today. Let's go see what's on the other side. Did you get stuck, dude? Hey! Take the long way? All right. Now that Brian's joined the party again, this is Aaron Reed's chassis. So we showed you the doors over there. Just to save some space, we threw the bed on the chassis because they were done bed lining underneath. So you can see inside here, this is all black bed liner. So all that rust that was down below has now been treated and won't get any worse. And we just have the bed sitting on here. This chassis is done, plumbed, wired, sitting here ready for the cab. So like this wire harness goes inside the cab behind the firewall. The harness is there, go in through the floor. We still have some stuff to do, like this isn't totally bolted down yet because we're waiting on a seal. But as soon as they're done with the cab, which we'll go look at, the cab can go on and we can start wiring the inside of this thing and getting it running. Again, another Rev B chassis. Everybody went crazy over this video, but we'll show you more of this when we get it back over to the shop too. So Frank's dually now lives here because as soon as mine's out of here, he's gonna start working on his, and he bought a Cadillac. He stole a Cadillac. Fucking Frank. So he doesn't have room in his house, so it's now here. This is Aaron's cab. You see the firewall's already been done, satin black. So they'll tape this off, and the bottom side and the inside will get bed liner just like the bed did. But all of the inside here still needs to get painted to match those doors. So I think they're gonna do a color match bed liner on the inside because we're gonna run it out on these steps, because these steps always get messed up from people getting in and out of the truck. So we're gonna color match bed liner those to that fawn color that was on the doors. So you can see it's pretty much ready to go, just getting in line. And unfortunately for me and everybody on YouTube land, we don't get to see one of my favorite colors because it's all taped up. You can see a little bit of the color. I'll show you the color. Let's go back. We'll wrap it up here. There's the coolest color ever. Not very good light in here, but I don't know if it's the coolest ever, but it's definitely one of my favorite.
What color is it?
This is, the color code on this is RED. Hold on, I don't know who this is. No, I don't know who it is. Yeah, if anybody wants the code, it's right here. RED. All right, thanks for watching. One of the last videos I said don't go on the website and buy anything because inventory was way off. Well, inventory is now on. So run, don't walk. There's the phone again. Go to the website, buy us out of shirts so we can buy new ones. And if anybody wants, let's see. We do have tank tops, they're not on the website. We do have banners, they're not on the website. We have 2 4XLs in the Tito's and 1 small in the Tito's. It'd be nice to get rid of those. So if anybody wears a 4XL or a small and they want a great deal on a shirt, I'll get you a Tito's one for cheap. Just email me, info@Tray5Customs. We have 3 V-necks in the dually shirts left. 1 medium, 1 large, and 1 extra large. If your chick wears a V-neck, or if you're a chick and you wear a V-neck, or if you're a dude and you just like to wear chick shirts, hit me up. Good prices on those. What else we got that's random? That's kind of all that's random, really. Got hats on there still. Need to put more. Logo shirts. I'll make you a deal on those. We're running low on those. We can get rid of those. This is boring, but yeah, basically, if you want a Tito's shirt or a Dooley V-neck, hit me up. We'll make you a good deal. I'll give you like a coupon code for the website. Anyway, tailgate latches are in stock. Rearview mirrors are in stock. I think there's one left. Trunnions, we have a whole bunch of these. I'll leave a pair on my desk in case Brian comes to film. These are our new trunnions. And yes, we'll work on the squares, and yes, we'll work on the OBSs, and yes, we'll work on the 55, 59s, but we have 67 and 72s right now, and that's it. We have a whole bunch of those. Anything else you see on the website, just order it. It helps us. It pays Brian to do these videos for you. So, other than that, no show scheduled. See you next time. Peace.